NXT, June 13th, 2023. This is the Wrestling Inc. podcast. I'm Glenn, and I'm here with my friends Issa and Alfred. And tonight we're going to talk to you about the world of black and gold, baby. NXT, the build-up to Gold Rush. We've got a major WWE title defense happening next week in NXT.
Do we ever?
We've got major things happening. Mysteries are being solved.
Oh, so good.
Rivalries are escalating.
Yep.
What happens next? Stay tuned to find out. This is Wrestling Inc. Mr. Konuwa, what is going on in the news?
Well, there's so much going on, Glenn, that we got scooped by NXT as one of our stories was going to be NXT filing a trademark for Gold Rush. But Shawn Michaels, of course, had to go and tweet that, saying that the Gold Rush tournament is coming. It's going to be an event they're doing next week. So that was the news story, and we're going to get into that. We don't really have to cover it in the news section. The only story here, actually kind of a serious one, BJ Whitmer of AEW, working backstage, and he's been there pretty much since they opened their door. Of course, former ROH veteran. He has been fired by the company. He was arrested on June 4th in Kentucky on charges of first-degree strangulation, second-degree burglary. He will get his day in court, but very serious situation developing with BJ Whitmer. He has been fired from AEW quite swiftly, Issa.
I mean,
there's nothing if you guys have anything to say, you can say it. But
if there's a hot take to be had on this, I'm listening. But no,
yeah, I don't have one.
Yeah,
I guess it sucks to suck.
Violence is wrong, kids.
But didn't they issue?
It depends. It depends.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is exacting violence on Brock Lesnar. Nothing wrong with that.
Little different, but didn't AEW issue a statement that they were also going to try and do what they could in regards to
help out the family or the victims? Yeah, they did,
yes,
which is
did.
Classy.
That that was really nice. That I've not seen that before.
They do a good job with that, and they taking care of Brody Lee's families too. Like when things happen in that company, they really go out of the way to take care of the people and the victims involved. They probably doing the same thing for Jay Briscoe's family, and in this case, it's a complete opposite situation. But they did say that they will help out the victims involved, so that is classy of them.
Absolutely.
That's the hot take right there. You're right
there we go. See a little more information. That's what I was looking for.
What else is going on in the news?
That's our news story. I was going to talk about
what the hell, Alfred?
They already scooped us. So slow news day, and one of our stories has already been blown up.
So Gold Rush, a 2-week, 2-part live on USA NXT event.
Yep.
2 weeks. Really. And again, it continues as NXT is getting all this emphasis because WWE is negotiating their TV contract. They want NXT to be as strong as possible. So this is going to be another big television special, another main roster star going on. So now there's going to be multiple main roster stars on this show. Dana Brooke, Baron Corbin, Seth Rollins. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this with these NXT shows.
One of those things is not like the other, but
I understand. But what I'm saying is that it's becoming a theme that main roster
and
stars
I love all three of them, but I'm just being
on Twitter.
I'm being really, and I love Dana Brooke. I love Baron Corbin, love Mustafa Ali, but Seth Rollins is the world heavyweight champion in WWE. Like, that's a big freaking deal.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot more main rosters. And we've heard stories about NXT becoming more like kind of like a third show as opposed to just a developmental. So we're going to see more and more
what year
main roster
this?
people.
What? Oh, it's a third brand. Really? You don't say.
No, well, it is a third brand. It's always been the number 3 brand. It'll continue to be the number 3 brand. But what I'm saying is instead of being a developmental where you're going to see more people who are NIL athletes, which you're still going to see, they're going to load it up with main roster stars. And it's going to be more of a Sunday night heat than an NXT.
We're getting my favorite version of Glenn tonight. I can already tell.
Crank out the Glenn.
Yes. So I think it's a huge deal. And in a way, they're stepping on their own pop because they got Great American Bash coming up at the end of the month. So NXT, here's my theory, like you said about the TV rights deal. I think they're looking at AEW Collision. I think they're looking at what's happened with AEW stumbling a little bit. And now they're saying, we can get this back. We kind of had to pivot and be like, oh, it's developmental and Look at our flashy graphics, like the opening of A Living Color from 1991. And this is a developmental territory to try and deflect from how they got beaten so badly in the ratings every Wednesday against AEW. But now I think they're like, maybe it's time to bring the old formula back. Now that AEW is not quite the shiny toy it once was, we're certainly going to beat Rampage in the ratings, and Collision is on a Saturday, the least night for viewership on television. I think somebody in Connecticut feels like NXT's got its mojo again, and it's time to step up to the plate and present it this way. And to your point, for the TV rights thing, the more they say, oh, no, it's just developmental, it's a little show, they're going to get MLW money. Like, the more they bring Seth Rollins on, the more they do these big things, this is going to get them a bigger bundle deal in their renegotiation.
Yeah, I think the time to show up AEW was when they were going head to head to AEW, and for whatever reason, they never wanted to do it then. And as we established last week, WWE cares way more about money than they do about AEW. I really don't think they give a damn about AEW right now. I think they're looking at all these negative headlines, and they're just like, let this company implode by itself. I think Dynamite's going to be fine, and they're going to still sell the tickets that they sell. But I think the number one modus operandi right now for WWE is to get that bag, and they're trying to load it up, because I'm hearing 700 million. Nick Khan is saying he thinks they could do 1.5 times what they did last time, which would be a lot of money. And he has no reason not to believe that, given the ratings of WWE of late. So I think they're just striking while the iron is hot. Yeah.
But perception is everything with this. And when they rebranded NXT 2.0, they had their tail between their legs. Oh, yeah. They're like, okay, we're going to kind of just go, we're going to be on Tuesdays now. We're not going head to head with AEW anymore. It's developmental, guys. Cut us some slack.
Wow, that was Vince, crazy old Vince, really retooling it. And then with him out of the picture, that's also part of how NXT kind of came back to being more of a formidable brand.
Yeah. So this is great. I think this was a hot show tonight. That classic NXT energy is back. And I'm not just saying that because we got Dana Brooke back, and playtime is over, people. The total diva Dana Brooke. Like that package tonight, if you didn't watch the main roster and you just saw that Dana Brooke package tonight, you'd be like, holy shit, Dana Brooke's a big star going toe-to-toe with Asuka, with Ronda Rousey. Dana Brooke's like one of the hottest female sports wrestlers in all sports entertainment. Like, that package was amazing for rebranding and repushing Dana Brooke tonight.
Yeah. Great.
Kelvin R. Alexander, $5 super chat saying NXT is building the finest, and I do mean finest women's division on the planet.
Let's go, Thirsty Kelvin. I tend to agree.
Does NXT have the thirstiest male fans?
No. That's a good question. It's a very good question. I mean, we don't get a lot of thirsty chants in the NXT arena. They seem to be very respectful.
They are. In fact, I mean, I really like that about the NXT crowd and the NXT fan base.
Yeah, no, we want puppies or anything like that.
Do people it's 2023.
Who's chanting that?
I'm saying it doesn't happen. That's the only thing I can go by. That's the thirstiest chant I can think of. What thirsty chant do you know that
that's the thirstiest chant? I mean, I can think of a thirstier chant. If
Let's
you give
hear
me
it.
No, I'm not putting that out in the world.
Put it out.
No, I'm just saying, like, nobody. I don't know. Anyhow, let's pivot and talk about the show tonight. We opened with MSK 2.0, MSK 3.0, because there's 3 of them now. Get it? Wesley, Tyler Bate, and Mustafa Ali versus the Schism with Ava Raine.
Mustafa is finessing everybody. Wesley and Tyler Bate are being made to look like such fools. If Mustafa Ali asked to hold Wesley's title for the next 6 months, he'd let him do it. He's making them fight each other. He's going to be the special guest referee. He's going to finesse everybody.
Love to see it. Love that for him. This match was a banger. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great opener. And yeah, I'm very intrigued with what Mustafa Ali is doing here. Makes you wonder, why not always book him like the guy that like sneaks his way into these factions and finesses everybody? Like, you don't see that side of him in the main roster. He's been a little all over the place in the main roster lately with that positive weird thing that they had him do and all that. So I'm very happy to see what happened here. But overall, I really did like this match. I love the way that Ali, Tyler Bate, and Wesley worked well together. And yeah, no complaints.
This was great. I mean, this was one of those great showcase matches, and I think everyone in this match just got their time to shine, looked really good. I think that, yeah, it's interesting to see how they're going to evolve this with Wesley having this crew, but still trying to stand out as a single star.
WWE it's so funny because in sports, if you're a free agent, you don't hear from that guy. Like he's on the street until somebody signs him. In WWE, if you're a free agent, you're on every show, you're wrestling everybody. You're on SmackDown, Raw, you're on Main Event, you're on NXT. And Ali being a free agent and wrestling all the time, I have no complaints about that because he's been great.
Yeah, and Wesley, I mean, 234 days as North American champion.
Another long title reign. It's a staple of the Triple H era, those long title reigns.
Yes.
Gunther's about to break Honky Tonk's record, which is a big deal.
I mean, he just beat the second longest reign, although the days recognized is a little fussy.
Yeah, it's a little off. We never know.
Yeah. But this is great for him. But yeah, I'll be curious to see. You know, I could see these three guys, even though they're palling around and going to a quaint little vegan restaurant to celebrate. I mean, I could easily see there being a triple threat between these three for that championship.
At the very least, that or Mustafa has it in for Wesley and he attacks him. He's trying to weaken at least one of them based on this storytelling. So that's why he's having them fight each other. And he's probably going to destroy them both. And maybe it will be a triple threat. But if he was smart, he would focus on one guy so that he doesn't have to fight two guys for the title. We'll see how smart the hacker is.
The hacker? Oh, I love it.
Why isn't he hooking up with Stevie? Where's Stevie?
I know. I thought that was a good character. They need to bring it back.
But she's great. I mean, but again, I wonder, we've talked about this before. There's something about women's wrestling and hair color playing such a part in it, especially when you see such bright colors and vivid characters. Like, I wonder if NXT just has too many blonde women on the roster right now where it's getting tougher to stand out if you're not doing something super dynamic and unique.
So if you're blonde, they're just like, hey, you just got to sit out. You just got to wait your turn. There's we're at our blonde quota right now. So come in when Tiffany Stratton dyes her hair red.
But I'm kind of kidding, but I'm also not, though, because I think it's such an easy and look at it historically. Look at historically the NXT roster. In fact, remember those great who used to do those charts that would like do the amount of time that women got on each program each week, the number of matches, the number of segments, the number of minutes. Like, I think it would be very interesting if you looked back since 2012 at the distribution of hair color in the women's divisions of NXT Raw and SmackDown.
Calvin Alexander, we need that study, man.
I'm serious about this because there does seem
of hair color.
Yes, there's a distribution of characters in the women's division because it's like the easiest way to define your characters. Think about with men, like hairstyles, kinda hair color, but men don't have as that's not what they used to stand out with their look as much, is what I'm saying. You know,
I could see. I mean, we're getting into the weeds here, but I've been begging for an all blonde Tiffany Stratton stable. So there's the answer to your problem. Just put them all in a stable with Tiffany Stratton.
There you go. But this opening match was really good. So Schism kind of weird. I wonder how they're being booked now that they asked for their release and didn't get it. Like, that's got to be kind of odd.
Yeah, but they have to October, so make the most of it, I guess.
Yeah, they're still out there. It doesn't look like they're being punished or anything. I don't think they're being booked any differently than they would have been had they not.
I mean, if you went to your boss tomorrow at work, Alfred, and you were like, yo, I want to quit. I know I got time left on my contract, but I need to get out of here. They're like, no, you're staying. I don't know. I wonder, would you be getting like, yeah.
Just like, no, I'm quitting. I don't think.
Oh my God, that should be the angle. Schism should quiet quit. And just like they should be in the match. They should be like Orange Cassidying it, like just sort of lollygagging through the match. Yeah, I mean, like, woo, flippy floppity. You know, that would be brilliant.
That'd get him over.
Yeah. Oh my God, NXT would be huge. But I think if you just had Ava and Joe Gacy, like, they work on their own. They don't need Schism or the dyad or whatever to make that shtick work.
Well, if it was just Ava and Joe Gacy and it's time to have a mixed tag match, then they might be begging for the Schism to be there to hide. With all due respect to Ava, she's not ready to be in there week after week. So that's the good thing about the dyad being there, is they could take all the bumps and it's easier to hide Ava.
But yeah, Wesley, Tyler Bate, and Mustafa Ali won that opening match. And then we had Thea Hale arguing with Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. Duke Hudson was trying to grade papers. Like, they left a voicemail for Andre Chase. Yeah. Did Andre Chase just like go out to buy cigarettes and is never coming back?
He's been injured, which I didn't know. Did they ever announce this, or did we ever know what injury this was?
Whoa. Like, Enzo was on TV in a rascal scooter.
It's summertime. School's out.
That's legit what I thought it was.
Andre Chase U doesn't take vacation.
Yeah, you're there for summer school. It's a whole different staff.
But as Kelvin's saying, Thea's energy is incredible. I don't think she's going to win against Tiffany Stratton, but I love that she is getting this opportunity and getting more time to shine.
Yeah, me too. She's great. And this is the perfect gimmick for a developmental wrestler in that she's learning. So if she legit screws up, which she kind of did in this match, it's like, oh no, this is part of the storyline. She's still learning, and they could have
actually brilliant.
You're like, no, you're not supposed to screw that up.
It is. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant as a gimmick to just be like, no, we can work on this. We can coach this,
Right.
They're watching film. They're watching that. I would have loved to see the breakdown of the rest of that battle royal, because they were criticizing poor Thea, who I thought was one of the bright spots, one of the lone bright spots in that battle royal. I would have loved to see Drew Gulak's breakdown of the rest of that battle royal from last week.
I am so glad. So Braun Breaker was up next to explain challenging Seth Rollins to a match for his World Heavyweight Championship last week. And I'm so glad they are not dragging this out. I was afraid Braun was going to come out tonight, explain himself, and then we were going to go next week and the week after. But we got Seth on the Jumbotron, like sing-songy with the Braun, which was great. And Seth being like, yeah, I'm stoked about coming back to NXT. See you next week. Let's do this.
That is so not how it went.
Okay, you do it.
Because he said, he first comes out and he's making fun of Braun. He literally says, oh, you think you can just call me out and you're going to get a title shot? That's not how it works, kid. But then he gives him the title shot.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally how it works, Seth. That is literally how it works. It was very weird and contradictory if you really pay attention. But nobody's paying attention to, nobody's nitpicking it as deep as I am right now, because it's said, and him saying it's going to be great coming back to where it all started. It's sentimental for those of us who have been watching NXT for a long time. I'm looking forward to this. My favorite part about it is that for a second there, Braun Breaker just looked like another fan. Like he was working out when Seth accepted. And I was like, no, bro, you're supposed to stay badass. They go to him in the ring and he's all like, yes. I can't believe I pulled this off.
No, and we've talked about for years that NXT should do a homecoming show. I'm actually surprised they're not anchoring that with this.
That'd be great.
I mean, I think this could open the door for that. Honestly, with Seth talking about how he wants to come back. I mean, but to your point, Issa, there was no way Seth was going to get up there and be like, no, I don't accept.
He could have.
Well, my favorite part is Seth Rollins as a babyface being like, I accept. And the place explodes. He goes, next week. And then they're like, wait a minute. And then they started booing him.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't that hard to get tickets to NXT anymore.
WWE has a looming disaster on its hand. I just want to say, if I hear any of these WWE management types like Road Dogg Brian James or Bruce Pritchard complain about this, they only have themselves to blame. This singing Seth Rollins' theme song is turning into the new what chant, where people are starting to sing that theme song over promos, and they were wildly encouraging it for a long time last night on Raw, where they were encouraging fans to do this. So if this becomes a new thing, there is no combating this. This will be like if the what chant goes Super Saiyan, because there's nothing you can do. If an arena full of people are singing over you, you're done.
Yeah, they did no favors to Finn Balor last night. No favors. It was tough to watch.
I don't know if you all saw this, but during NXT, Tony D'Angelo's in jail, and Dominic Mysterio tweeted, only the strong survive.
Yes.
And tag Tony D.
Yes. I screamed so loud for that.
Gang, gang.
Yep. Oh, man. But no, I think it's going to be great seeing Braun and Seth next week. I'm really looking forward to that.
Me too.
Then we have the video, the Dana Brooke video. Again, I want people just to watch this video and forget about Dana Brooke's main roster career, which is not hard to do. And again, I love Dana Brooke, but she's hasn't been given many opportunities. This video was incredible.
It's very good.
We should all have a highlight reel that makes us look this good.
I forgot she wrestled Ronda, honestly.
Yeah, and they had her like they were attacking Becky. I mean, they made her look like such a dominant badass. They had her in the ring with Ronda, with Asuka. This was like the Hall of Fame entrance video package for Dana Brooke.
You're not wrong.
No, I mean, this again, like people think I'm being hyperbolic here. This package was insane. And the question that I have is like, if they can do this why aren't they doing more of this? You know what I mean? Because this just really should, whoever did this is the best editor in all of WWE. It was really incredible. Yeah, and as Lego Brick Collector saying out, like, yeah, it was a Raw Women's Championship match that ended in 10 seconds. That's the point. They were able to take a lackluster main roster
7 seconds
career.
of that match.
Oh man. So after that, Mackenzie was with Dana and said, Dana, how long are you here for? And she's like, as long as they'll have me.
I thought this was a great Dana Brooke promo backstage.
Yes.
I actually really, really enjoyed it. And maybe she was hyped after watching. She was probably watching her own video package and she's like, yo, let's go. That's me. Because I thought this is one of the best promos I've seen her cut, which she said, I'll work Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Level Up, main event. Like, she's like, I love being in the ring. I'll work whatever they'll have me. I thought this was really, really good for Dana Brooke. Everything about her tonight was actually great.
Yeah, I liked her interaction with Cora Jade. I thought that was great.
Yeah, and Cora blames her for losing the Battle Royal, so the good heat between them. I think there's a lot of story. She's got to bring back in the entrance because she's not doing the standing flip anymore, right? They showed that in the package. That's still, I think, one of the most impressive entrances in the history of professional wrestling because it defies. I mean, like, how can you do that? How can you have the confidence to do that without thinking you're going to just break your neck? It's really insane.
All this glowing praise for Dana. You better watch it. Nikita Lyons is going to start feeling the type of way.
I love Dana. I've always loved Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke versus Nikita Lyons. Who you got?
I think Dana's going to graciously put Nikita over because she's that good of a person.
Dana Brooke entrance cartwheels against Fergie cartwheels when she's performing. Who you got?
I mean, is she performing Fergalicious or MILF Money?
You never seen
the national anthem.
You never seen the clip of her, like, I think it was like Good Morning America or the Today Show doing the cartwheels in the middle of New York. Oh man, I gotta send that to you right now. Hold up. Anyways, it's
I fucking love Fergie. Fergie is incredible.
No, this is the best. Well, wait till you see this because it's actually impressive, but it's the funniest freaking thing you'll ever see.
Fergie is so incredible that somehow she started off on Kids Incorporated as the blondest, whitest girl on all of syndicated TV, and somehow grew up to be a Latina woman.
She was reverse gentrified.
But no, I love Fergie, seriously. MILF Money, banger of a song. It's incredible.
Is that her new one?
Came out like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So then we had Cora Jade versus Thea Hale tonight. Alfred, what'd you think of this?
I'm sorry.
Fine match. Both in storyline, and I don't know if it's real or not, but I very much liked Thea Hale's Kimura lock. The transition was a little wonky, but I like what Thea Hale's doing. And as much as I love Andre Chase and Chase U, I think this is a good stand-in in terms of her being trained by Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. I think it's just that Thea Hale has chemistry with everybody, so she's of course going to have chemistry with them too. But she's doing a great job. I'm looking forward to it. She's not going to beat Tiffany Stratton, I don't think, but it's going to be a very intriguing match.
I love seeing how good Thea Hale is getting and how much she's improving. That's the one thing that we need to enjoy about NXT being a developmental quotations is that you do get to see these crazy performers and them get better and better. Yeah, there was a couple of wonky things, but you can actually make them part of the storyline here. But the Kimura lock, Brock Lesnar was smiling somewhere. It was great.
I liked how Cora kept trying to cheat and was thwarted. It was very sort of Looney Tunes, Wile E. Coyote. It was a clever way to tell that story in the ring of Cora trying to bust out full heel mode. Also, I don't think I've ever put this over before because I never really noticed it as much as tonight. That barbed wire gear Cora has with the barbed wire on the leggings.
So good.
Like, that is top 5 gear in all of modern professional wrestling.
Okay, my thing about that when I watch her, I know it's fake barbed wire and it's part of the gear, but like I'll see her take a bump and I'll be like, oh God, and I'll just kind of think it's real barbed wire, even though it's not.
Yeah. I mean, but that gear looks incredible. Like if you really
whoever's doing her gear, they're doing such a good job because it looks very real. It does. Yeah. And then she's also in her tights. Like she has a great presentation, but her booking right now is not really doing her any favor. She's losing a lot.
Yeah.
That gear though, so kind of we were talking earlier about hair color. So you can overcome the hair color challenge if you've got distinctive gear or something about your look. What I was saying specifically earlier to sometimes if you're in the blonde athlete role, that is one that's very easy to get lost in it. And with blondes, it seems to be like there's the blonde athlete role and then the blonde like model look.
Mean girl.
I'm telling you, start paying attention to this. You will start to notice there are different types of characters that they put specifically female wrestlers into as far as how their look is presented.
1 month from now, Glenn's whole entire room is going to have like writing on the wall, like a beautiful mind, just calculating.
Like stacks trying to figure out who's snitch, but it's just going to be like all the blonde wrestlers.
The long division.
Well, it's like with comics. Have you ever noticed this? Like Marvel and DC, sometimes you could tell they've only got so many different ideas for superhero looks, and you see stuff and you're just like, it looks like generic ass create a superhero, you know? Kind of the same problem sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Thea Hale won this match. Mm-hmm. And Thea's going to face...
Look at her go.
Is Thea going to face Dana? No, Thea's getting over for the championship.
Cora's
facing Dana.
Yeah, Cora Jade and Dana.
At Gold Rush. The 2-week event starting next week.
Yes,
Baby I Sing is Eva Marie in 2 categories, red hair and pink hair. Well, she was in the red hair category, and she owned that because she was the only one with that style of red hair at the time. And then I'm telling you, and for instance, with the pink hair, like you wouldn't have 2 female superstars with pink hair at the same time because one would be like, that's my gimmick.
Asuka will be in all the categories.
Yeah.
See, but that's part of it too, because I'm telling you, think about this. I'm gonna make a chart.
I'm sorry. I don't spend too much time thinking about
I think about fashion all the time.
I think I do too, but not like necessarily hair colors. I think the one that I would like put in the top iconic will be Rhea going to the dark hair. It was a game changer for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Drew and Charlie congratulated Thea after in their hostile takeover of Chase U.
Yep.
Then we had Oro Mensah with Noam Dar, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend versus Nathan Frazier with Dragon
Metaphor.
League. And they were going for the NXT Heritage Cup.
Well, it was supposed to be Noam Dar, right?
Yeah,
he's injured.
Heartbreaking.
When they originally announced this match tonight and explained the rules, my first reaction was like, oh, this is the most boring AEW style shit. We got like 8 rounds of 2 minutes each and the point score. But the fact that it went fast actually made me really love this. I did a 180 on this about halfway through the match. I was just like, no, this Heritage Cup, this quick, short rounds worked really well because they didn't go the limit on the round.
Right.
And that was smart, but at the same time, I don't think this audience understood the Heritage Cup rules because
nobody understands
when they just kept going after the pinfall. You could just see them like, wait a minute, I thought this was over. And then they weren't getting hot for anything after that.
I mean, credit for them to try and make the Heritage Cup into a title. You know? Give it something.
Do you think it counts, or do you think next week they're gonna give it back to Noam Dar because he didn't win the cup? Yeah, that's what I thought too, right? Like I thought
championship.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't win the cup from the cup holder or whatever. Yeah. So I think next week they're gonna do like some kind of like, oh yeah, that wasn't valid, or Noam Dar is gonna try to pull that off. Because I mean, I'm happy, and I thought Nathan Frazier killed it here, and it was a great match, but I didn't think it made any sense that he won the cup on. So you know what I mean?
If Vince McMahon was booking NXT. This is where I use Vince to say something that Glenn would never say because this isn't his brand of comedy. But if Vince McMahon was booking NXT, he would have Noam Dar come out next week and say, his accent, I'm not going to do the accent, be like, oh, you think you won the Heritage Cup, but the real Heritage Cup is here, and he would pull it out of his jockstrap. Like, and I still possess the Heritage Cup.
That is definitely a Vince McMahon type,
isn't it?
And then a D's nuts reference somewhere in there too.
And that
will
be
never get
Cup.
old. These nuts references is ageless. You know what I mean?
So that's how Noam Dar can say he still has the Heritage Cup.
And then he should celebrate it with it like it's a championship. Maybe they can make a belt out of it.
It's been a long day, folks. I drove for 13 hours yesterday.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
13 hours?
Yeah. From San Francisco back to Las Vegas in an electric car. And let me tell you, there's some lies about electric cars.
Oh, because you had to do the supercharger, huh?
One being the range. Oh, you don't get that range they say you're going to get. Two, it charges really fast. Mm-mm. No, it don't.
No.
Lies. All lies. It was the longest drive I've ever had back from Northern California to Las Vegas. So I'm a little punchy. But I think this was great with Nathan Frazier winning. I think that, there's going to be a good way they can keep this going. And Jackson and Lash Legend got into it with Valentina Feroz and Ulisa Leon, who came down and attacked them tonight.
Yeah, and I'm a very big fan of the metaphor. I think this just works. They've all got a weird kind of chemistry, and I love seeing them together. And I think Noam Dar really needs to have that Heritage Cup. I like Nathan Frazier, but Noam Dar is so good with that cup in terms of making it seem like it's the most important thing to him. Nathan Frazier doesn't care about that cup. Give it back to Noam Dar.
Golden Knights win yet? Speaking of Las Vegas.
Oh, looks like they did.
Yeah, they did. Or they're about to. There's like a minute left in the third period, and they're up 9-6.
Congratulations. What a great start to this franchise.
Yeah. Man, that bonus ball tomorrow, bingo, is going to be huge.
Rigged. New franchise, you gotta put them over.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's not that new. So, okay.
I love how Glenn literally just said, not even a minute ago, great start for this new franchise. And when I point out that it's rigged, he's like, well, they're not that new. Change your tune real quick. You're such a loco. I know. You know, like, Alfred, please. You're not helping.
And the local casino does a bonus ball at bingo based on the number of goals they score. The fact they're up 9 tonight, that bonus ball is going to be huge tomorrow.
Oh,
hey.
Smart.
Going to cut work and go play bingo in the middle of the day tomorrow. Okay, let's talk. This was a pleasant surprise. Dabba-Kato versus Axiom and Scripps in a 2-on-1 handicap match. I think we talked about this last week. And we're like, Dabba-Kato's going to beat the shit out of these two poor guys.
Well, he started to.
Yeah.
He did. But then the new tag team of Scraxium. That's not their official name, but that's what I'm calling them. Scripps and Axiom. Scraxium. Won tonight and beat Dabba-Kato.
They had some fun moves. It kind of makes me want to see a 2-on-1 division, or to see what they can do against other giants.
They both got in a lot of flippy shit tonight, a lot of showcase moves. They look great. Scripps, Reggie's coming back. He's digging themselves out from the self-imposed burial of that mask.
It's funny because tag team wrestling is actually perfect for Reggie. I don't think we ever saw him do much tag team work on the main roster. I mean, he did some comedy stuff with Carmella, but they were doing a lot of cool things, and he's like a gymnast. So it was almost like seeing Cirque du Soleil, where they would be able to flip him up, and they had a lot of cool spots. I very much enjoyed this.
Me too. The Power Ranger chants, though.
Yeah. No, they were over. They did very well. They did very well with this night. It was very surprising that they won, because Dabba-Kato seems like the kind of giant 2-on-1 match. They wouldn't have had Braun Strowman gotten beat like this.
Right. Or Omos. But maybe this is the direction. You just have these two guys challenge all the giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Scraxium. Put that on a shirt. Scripps and Axiom won. And then after the match, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo.
Menudo rejects.
The Menudo reject was the first thing I thought when I saw this.
Except for Humberto, looked like he ate Humberto.
Oh.
But worked out. You know what I mean? Like in a healthy way, in a protein shake kind of way. He looked big. He's stacked.
Metabolism.
Yeah.
So they attacked after. What were they doing there? We'll find out later. I can't wait to see the video package for them, the Dana Brooke-esque video package for Los Lotharios.
Do you think they cut out the kiss cam, or do you think we'll get a kiss cam?
I think it's all kiss cam.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that's all we need. It'll just
Like-
make them look like two of the biggest, like they have like the Riz gods in the company. Even though they're doing a kiss cam, it'll just make them look at these guys getting all these girls.
And they'll be like, where were they? It was like COVID. They got so much COVID from all this kissing of fans. So we had a video of Channing Stacks and Lorenzo trying to figure out who ratted out Tony D'Angelo. And it had
Oh my
Tommaso
God, this was the
Ciampa.
best thing ever.
Like this went deep, pretty
Yeah.
deadly. I mean, this
Did he
was
pop
every
in?
suspect. Yeah.
Oh my God, the 2 dimes, and he just said alive.
Yeah.
It also had
Yeah.
it also had Legado del Fantasma, and he said name change because they're LWO now. Like they went deep into all of Tony D's storylines.
At first, I thought this was a Fashion Police thing when I heard the voiceover.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
saw
it was
the
very
humor.
It reminded me
similar.
of too.
Yeah. This was
I mean,
fun.
it kind of
so,
was.
Yeah. So Stacks is going to get Tony out, and they're going to challenge for the tag team titles.
About time.
Hopefully, yeah.
He's got to
Hopefully,
show up in that
better
prison.
be what happened.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Gold Rush. But then it was weird because later they're talking about the number 1 contenders match. That they're gonna do
Right,
as
that's
well.
what I was thinking as well. Like, okay, but we kind of
Mhm.
tease Tony and Stacks here, and now we're
You can
gonna
do
do
both.
something else. But I think, yeah, that is actually a shirt. By the way, they do have it in WWE shop.
Oh,
They have
Malik
a free
Black.
Tony
Really?
D'Angelo shirt. They
Good
do.
one.
That's Malik Black saying they need he needs a free Tony D shirt that Stacks is
It's
selling.
available, my friend. They put it out. Go to the WWE shop right now.
Well, Malik wants it for free. He wants it for free 99. So
Oh.
if anybody in WWE is watching this, please hook up our guy, friend of the show, Malik, with a free shirt. And me too.
Calvin R. Alexander with a $20 super chat. Look at all that orange.
Thank you, Calvin.
Woo!
Saying that the Heritage Cup match accomplished 2 things. It established Frazier as a new star, and seeing Yulisa and Valentina engage in fisticuffs with Lash and Jakara reestablished the women's tag division. Seeds were planted all night.
That's a good point.
Although weren't reports out now that the NXT tag belts are getting folded into the main roster?
Well, it's not reports. They're going to unify those titles with Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler against
Right.
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Oh, well, see, I was out Friday. Okay, so that's
They're
not
gonna
going to go
unify
well.
the titles.
Yeah.
That would be incredible if Alba and Isla won, but that is not happening.
Not a chance.
But that would be incredible if that happened.
I kind of smell a rat. Part of me thinks that the only reason they were called up was to drop the NXT
To
tag
unify the
'cause
titles. Me
They
too.
haven't done much. I mean, we've gotten some video packages. They haven't been.
Was there
Dana
another
Brooke
one
level,
Friday?
but-
Because that one 2
I
weeks
thought
ago
they looked
was
good on
terrifying.
Friday, though.
Oh, they did
came
look
out-
good.
Yeah, when they came out to attack Shayna and Ronda, they looked great.
Was there another terrifying video package Friday?
No,
I don't think they have
no,
one on
like the
Friday,
one.
no.
No.
Yeah, because that one, I'm still like sleeping with the nightlight because of that. That was some spooky shit. So okay. Thank you, Kelvin.
Thank you, Calvin.
Yes, friend of the show. Great friend of the show.
Yes. Dylan saying Tony Diesel hair should be David Otunga.
Oh God, please. Yes.
So after that, Idris Nofe versus Malik Blade.
This is really funny to me. I think it's kind of adorable in that they're all trying to be better tag teams by fighting each other, but they're kind of coming off as being like naive, and so they're all getting tricked into fighting each other. I think it's very funny, and they had a really good. I didn't know Malik could fly like that.
Yeah.
I know. That was crazy. Some of the spots that he did here. I forgot about the storyline until I saw them all come out. I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna fight each other because I supposed to bring them closer. I did pop at the end when, after he like lost. He's like, I do know your birthday, man. Listen,
April
it's a little
22nd.
thing. I'm easily entertained. I was entertained by that. It's funny, but everything
Yeah.
like
Yes.
went into a cluster F after this.
Well, yeah, and Brooks and Dunn were out there, and so was
Tink and Tink.
the Wank and Tank connection.
Wanker connection.
Yes. So Booker T grabbed the mic and let them know they're going to be facing off in a triple threat #1 contenders match. And then Humberto and Garza were there, and maybe that'll become a 4-way because they seem like they want to get in on that.
Possibly, yeah. In the middle of them brawling, the interviewer just like,
know, that was
these
very
guys.
awkward.
So what do you guys think about all this?
That happened last night on Raw. I don't know if you guys got it, but like when Natalia had her mental breakdown, and then like Baron Saxton was like, "Okay, well, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn."
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, give her a minute here. This woman said she doesn't even know who she is anymore." And he's like, "Anyways, like these interviewers are savages right now."
Yeah, they're trying to get those scoops, man. They even scooped us.
Oh, yeah. So, Roxanne Perez took on Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, she did.
Tell us how you really feel.
I got up really early to take Roman to the groomers. Leave me alone.
Oh, this was fine. I mean, Roxanne got the win.
Yeah, I like the promo that she cut after.
Me
The
too.
match was there, short, simple, and to the point. But this might be my favorite thing, promo wise, that
Well-
Roxanne has done.
And this Blair Davenport promo we saw where she showed the spots in the parking lot where she
Yes.
took each person out.
So good.
That was
She's
really
claiming
good.
that
Yeah.
parking lot. She's pretty much saying she's the reason that the NXT parking lot's known for being so dangerous, which she is.
So, I mean, that's where they should have the match. That's where the match with Roxanne and Blair Davenport should be, is in the parking lot.
No,
Let's go.
it needs to be like the match in the parking lot needs to happen when one of the women that she injured come back. Roxanne, she didn't injure Roxanne, so she can just wrestle.
Well, no, but
her
she's
normal.
going to. She does it at the end, and then Nikita Lyons returns. It comes out of nowhere.
Well,
and
yeah,
that's
she should
like
wrestle Nikita Lyons in the parking
in the
lot.
parking lot.
Yeah.
It's a shame that Sol Ruka, because you could have a great like fighting game style match of just all three taking on Blair Davenport one at a time in the parking lot.
They could do
Yeah.
parkour.
This guy knows parkour. I like the promo from Roxanne. That's all. I thought she had that extra oof to it. You know, and we don't see that from her. Every time that she talks, you're like, oh, that's cute. But do you believe what she's saying
cute.
here? She feels threatening. And I like
She
it.
showed fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for her.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry, what'd you think of earlier when we saw Tiffany Stratton, her little interaction with Thea Hale?
I thought her fit was incredible.
I mean, hear me out on this. They're not doing a lot with Tiffany Stratton as champ, not as much as I thought, to where I'm like, could Thea Hale actually win this?
Well, I don't know what they did with Tiff last week because I missed it. Obviously, power outage problems, Puerto Rico problems. But I think this is a better way to use her because I don't know that promo that they had in the ring with her went as good as they wanted to, where her
It did
backstage little sassy moments and this and that is the Tiffany that we all really
Oh, it's
rooted
great.
for. So I prefer them using her this way. In the ring, she can go. So like, let's like work on the promo and having her out there like slowly because they gave her way too much the first night and it showed.
And
that
it looks
first
like they're
promo-
overcorrecting. I feel like they're hiding her, which is kind of weird to be hiding your world champion. Your world champion should be the centerpiece of that division. The NXT Women's World title is on the level of the men's world title. So you could argue it's the most important belt in NXT in terms of prestige. It really is in terms of prestige because the biggest stars who came out of NXT mostly were women. And so it's weird that you have to hide your world champion. Tiffany can talk. It's just, I think she isn't as good at talking in front of people for a long period of time. So you don't have to necessarily hide her. You could still do a lot of backstage stuff. You could have her interact with people in the rings where she doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting. But I don't agree with them hiding her. I think she needs to be letting her freak flag fly right now.
Do you think, how do you think Thea Hale would be as women's champion?
Not
She'd
really.
be a good underdog champion. But yeah, I think you got to give Tiffany a run. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's so much promise in Tiffany Stratton. And one of the many reasons I think she should be in a stable is then she has people to play off of. I think she's just better like that. I don't think she should be in a position to cut these long promos.
Yeah. I think the moment of Thea winning in that celebration could be like a top 10 NXT moment. Like that could be bigger than even when Rhea won. Of the reaction.
Uh-oh. I mean, they beat AEW head to head. Who did Tiffany Stratton ever beat?
One night.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was like one of the few times they beat them head to head because of Rhea.
I know.
So,
but that moment, but that was the problem though. It's that like Rhea and then everyone came out and lifted her up the whole locker. Like that was was a good moment.
Does Tia have 2 million followers on TikTok? I don't think so.
No, that was a great moment for Rhea, the person. Her character, like, kind of died for a while that night.
Glenn,
2 times that she's hitting her screen.
Well, she should never have been a babyface. Rhea Ripley should have never been a babyface. That was a huge mistake, and that started when she won the championship in NXT.
Are you just saying this because she had blonde hair back then?
She did have blonde hair.
I'm noticing a pattern with you tonight, Glenn.
And then Charlotte beat her for the blonde hair. To be like, no, blonde hair is my thing.
But that was the best thing that could have ever happened to Rhea Ripley because her character evolved from there.
Yeah, because her as a babyface wasn't cool. Aw Shucks is not Rhea Ripley's character.
Maybe, but I will contend that the fact that she was a babyface chasing and they did do such a great job and they did build Shayna up as this unstoppable force and people were ready for Rhea. That's what really caused people to want to watch that. That's why the rating was so good for that show. So she was a good babyface chasing, maybe not so much as a champion, but I don't think that was her fault.
I think she came across more like an anti-hero, and I love Rhea Ripley. I've been into Rhea Ripley since day one. I'm just saying that, like, it was tough to see her go from winning that championship to losing that championship in Mania. And her character was cold until she turned heel.
I mean, the booking decision was wrong, but obviously it happened at that WrestleMania that nobody watched. Nobody was there, right? If it happened in front of nobody, did it really happen? No. However, I will say one thing. When Rhea showed up to call out Charlotte, that was like the biggest BDE ever moment. Like, oh my God. No. When she went after Charlotte won the Rumble, it was Rhea who came out and was like, what's up? And you're not expecting a Royal Rumble winner to go after the NXT championship. Everything about that moment was so good. I just wish the booking would have gone differently. But listen, Rhea is where she needed to be. Maybe it took us a little bit longer, but Rhea's where she needed to be. But that moment was incredible. And how can you not? And that's the thing, right? You can go. I get what you're saying about her not being a baby face, but when she comes out there, she's challenging Charlotte Flair. Like, she's not scared. How can you not root for her at that moment? You know what I mean? Like, it's the right way to do it. If you're gonna make her a face, that was it.
Well, first, I'm the type of person that believes everything happens for a reason. I'm not that type of person, but no, I think that it all worked out. It all worked out how it needed to work out. It was just a little rough. It was a little rough patch. That's all I'm saying. Kelvin R. Alexander, $5 says, give Tiffany an interview segment where she insults her guests, help establish her character that way.
Love it.
Yeah. I think we just need a little bit more. I think her backstage has been great.
Yeah. She can talk. It's not that she can't cut a promo. It's the element of being live in front of all those people or whatnot. But maybe that was just a one-time thing. She just needs to put in the work, and that's what NXT is here for. Maybe they're just spooked because they have to have a good television product to get that TV deal, but they need to have her out there to fail. That's what the show is here for.
Tough. It's tough. Dragunov versus Baron Corbin, #1 contenders match for the NXT Championship. This was good. I like Corbin's new gear, wrestling like in boxer shorts.
Really? The Fabletics? The booty shorts? Booty shorts, Baron?
No, you didn't. You just call it Fabletics.
Yeah, Stop. He's wearing Fabletics.
Bye.
Like what Baron's wearing. Like, okay, I wouldn't have worn red, but when I was going to the gym, yeah, roughly this, you know? Like,
when you were going to the gym, you were not Baron Corbin, WWE superstar at those moments.
That's true. I would walk around with my earbuds in and I would be like gesturing and like I was hyped. I was feeling it at the gym in my boxer shorts and my muscle shirt, lifting weights. Although I had fingerless gloves on. You know?
I could see that.
Yeah.
You have fingerless gloves on?
Well, it's important because you can't wear finger gloves is a little too dressy, I think.
Okay.
Fingerless shows that, like, you know, I'm all business, but I also know how to party.
Wow.
Throw down, you know? Gloves ain't got no fingers.
Like Jesus in a tuxedo t-shirt.
Yes. I liked Baron's look. I thought this was good.
I think it comes off as low effort. It's like he just rolled out of the gym and he's okay, I'll wrestle. I like traditional ring gear and I like Baron Corbin. It kind of reminds me of when he was dressing like a waiter from TGIF, where he would just wear the dark clothes. What is it with Baron and wrestling in street clothes?
I don't know. I like seeing the tattoos. I do. But
The
the
leg
gear
tattoos,
was not doing it for me. Like there's gotta be a different way to show up his physique and his tattoos without it looking like you just like borrow somebody else's clothes. Like it came off to me like when I go visit my nephew and we go to the gym together and I didn't pack any gym clothes, so I use his. Like that's what I got out of that. Like he forgot his gear and somebody was like, throw this on and go.
Mm-hmm.
I like those shorts. I want to get me a pair of those shorts.
You do that, Glenn.
I'm gonna
Please
wear
post-
that with my
Post
Vegas
a picture
robe.
when you do.
I'm gonna wear that with
Yeah.
my red Vegas robe.
You have a red Vegas robe?
Yeah, I've worn it on this
Pigs
podcast
or
before.
Oh yeah, I
You got to
remember
wear that on this podcast.
I have
Yeah.
worn it on the podcast.
Yeah, he has.
Really?
Yeah.
Go get it.
I'm not going to get it right now. It's all the way over
Let's
there.
have a robe. Well, what day would we wear a robe? I don't know.
We
What
did it before when we
holiday?
did WINC After Dark that one night.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We did it. That was the thing.
We
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think I did. I've never worn a robe on this
put
podcast.
on, no, but you put on something. Issa had.
Oh, that's
we got
right.
On this
I remember
podcast,
that.
Issa had
Yes.
something that looked a little sort of frilly, and fancy pajama party.
I remember now.
You know, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
yeah.
get my robe. Yeah.
It's funny because we've done this for so long. I keep on forgetting all the silly stuff that we've done.
Yes.
All the great moments.
Yeah.
But no, tonight Corbin looked fantastic.
So
Dragunov.
did
looked good.
Dragunov.
Yeah, but this was a
Especially
really
Dragunov.
good match. When I first heard that this was the main event tonight, part of me was kind of like, okay, well, this will be all right, I guess. But no, this was really good. And again, man, End of Days is the most badass finisher. in
Yeah, I'm
all
still
of
pissed
WWE.
off that Drew McIntyre kicked out of that. I'll never
we
get
know.
over that. I'll never get over it. I know. I said it. I said it on my stream earlier. I was like, I know what you guys are gonna say, but I'm gonna remind you every single time that I see the move. I'm still pissed off Drew McIntyre kicked out of it. What a move. Dragunov though, like the size difference didn't matter in the beginning because Dragunov was just not letting off. I was so impressed where he was like, no, I'm not gonna let this guy get up because he's gonna kick my ass. I really like the match, but the question is afterwards, and we'll get into all of it, but who's the heel? Who's the face? Like, what happened here? Why
Yeah.
is Melo a heel?
No.
Okay, so why is he
No.
attacking Baron Corbin after a hard fight? Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Baron started it.
When he was doing it to Braun, it made sense, but tonight it was just weird.
Baron laid out Mello, and well, WWE
Was
in
that
their
last week?
universe.
Because I didn't watch last week, so
Well, it was a couple of weeks ago, but they
Okay.
like to do the turnabout as fair play. So after
Right.
a babyface is wrong, no matter how many times a babyface comes back, even if it's cheap, they say, well, the heel had it coming. So
right.
Yeah.
I don't
right.
think Melo's being healed, but yeah, it was a little excessive.
But here's the
Right.
crazy thing is Carmelo attacked Corbin after and was standing tall at the end of this. Now, Raj Giri has often said that the guy who's standing tall gets
Loses
that
the match.
moment and he normally loses the match the next week.
Yeah.
Do you think next week, Issa, or the week after, whenever it happens, Baron Corbin will be our new NXT champion?
I wouldn't be mad, but I don't see it happening. I like Melo as champ, but I'm not gonna be mad at Corbin. I just don't see Melo losing that title yet.
Me neither. Nothing would surprise me because if this is a push for NXT, maybe they think, well, we could put the belt on Baron and then he can go on SmackDown with the belt and then we can build it up. But that kind of theory that Raj has, or it's been something that WWE's done forever. And I don't think it applies to Baron Corbin because everybody gets over on Baron Corbin, especially if you saw SmackDown where like
Damn.
8 guys got
Even
over
even
him.
the Money in the Bank briefcase gets over on Baron Corbin.
He was the last person to pin Roman Reigns.
He was, and they
Jesus
said that
Christ.
on television, and they never paid that off. I don't know why they let him say that so many times against your top champion if he's not at least going to have a match where he gets squashed by Roman Reigns. They never paid it off.
Okay. So final thoughts on Sites NXT, then we got some important super chats to get to.
Yeah, we do. I thought it was a fine show. I mean, I'm looking forward to Gold Rush. That should be a lot of fun, but NXT is developing. I mean, I know they're putting a lot behind the show, and it's showing.
Issa.
I thought tonight's episode was a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun watching it. Paced beautifully, lots of great in-ring stuff, which is a norm for NXT. And I find it completely unnecessary that Glenn had to bring that up.
Remember there was dog food.
Glenn, I will
Oh,
leave this
yeah.
podcast
I
right now.
forgot about the dog food. Oh,
It was
man.
really like
There's
the-
super chats. People are paying.
Okay. Bear Hudson, Alfred, the chat has requested you read Bear Hudson's
Yeah,
super chat.
Alfred.
Friend of the show for $5, Bear Hudson. I'll try to say this with a straight face. I met a woman in her 50s years ago. Since that time, she's taught me a lot. The problem I have is she is full of energy, and sometimes I'm tired. Now you didn't
He
specify what
says,
you're being
and
tired of.
sometimes I'm tired. You should have read it like that.
Are you sure about? Yeah, I'm Ron Burgundy.
Wait, if she was in her 50s years ago, how old is she now?
Well, she's
Age ain't nothing
wrong.
but a number.
Exactly, nothing wrong with a 6-year-old, 7-year-old woman.
I didn't
if
say there
she's
was.
got energy.
Apparently.
My advice, Bear Hudson, is white energy. Hit up Glenn; he'll give you silver energy.
No, my advice, Blue Chew. I think we still got a code active. Use code INC.
Oh, there you go.
No. Use code Demon Diva.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But okay, well, he's not talking about performance issues. He's talking about tired. Don't give him Blue Chew where he's just like wants to go from the waist down, but he really can't go.
Well, yeah, he could take a nap and the rest of them can make it work, you know.
Caffeine pills.
No, caffeine, you get dehydrated, then you can't perform if you're dehydrated.
Yeah, you can.
No, you'll have problems.
What kind of problems, Glenn? Is this happening to you?
Yeah, let's hear about this.
If you're dehydrated, okay, look.
Oh, she's 57, by the way.
Okay, if you're dehydrated, you're not at your peak performance in any aspect of life. You can't focus. Your body's not working correctly. You know, back when I was a younger man and I was dating a lot, and I used dating euphemistically. I would like bring with me, like, okay, I've got my water. I've got some Cliff Bars for energy if I need just like a little something, you know, just to keep me going. And you gotta take breaks. You gotta pace yourself. This is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
It's like the Heritage Cup, so you do it in rounds.
Yeah, and you gotta be like, okay, I should drink some water right now. You know,
right?
You gotta peak performance.
That's good advice. You could also cramp up.
Just watch out when you take the breaks or when you stop for the water. Just don't do it at a moment that.
Well, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I mean,
you'd be surprised.
Kenny Rogers.
You'd be surprised.
You know, and never count your money when you're sitting at the table. Be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. T Smitty $3,005 says no Hamdar shows Tony D's welcome home barbecue, boys in the hood style.
That is the greatest idea I think I've ever heard for NXT.
Bro,
that
no Hamdar knows how to play dominoes.
Guarantee you, he will never beat me at dominoes. Guarantee you that. Ain't nobody beating me at dominoes. Not even Noam Dar.
Oh my God.
Controversial opinion. I think Remy Martin is better than Hennessy, personally.
I do too.
I'm off the hen dog. How many times have I had Remy Martin? A couple of times. Definitely hen dog. I'm a Hennessy guy.
Interesting.
He's a lightweight. I drank with him.
No, I drink you all under the table. You know it.
No, you didn't. You were like tossing it out. That's what you were doing. You couldn't handle
that fireball. Ooh, not so much.
Yeah, it tasted like college.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just recovering from these last super chats.
Yeah. I think we need to work on Bear Hudson's energy, like coffee. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Get some sleep too, Bear. Sleep.
Sleep's overrated. Sleep is overrated.
Ghost
3 hours should be enough, if even.
Oh God.
Ghost came out with a new energy drink, strawberry bubblicious.
Wow. Did you try it yet?
It's incredible. It tastes exactly like the gum.
You would.
They also have bubblicious cotton candy. That is disgusting.
Ew.
As an energy drink. But the strawberry one, phenomenal. If you find it, pick that up. It's up there with Sour Patch Kids flavors is one of their best. Good stuff. Okay. So that's tonight. Tomorrow night's AEW. Friday.
Do we have an announcement tomorrow?
Oh yeah. Look at that super chat.
Yes.
No, I haven't seen an announcement yet.
Got a new gangsta team coming to NXT.
I thought we were just talking about them. Oh, because they were talking about playing dominoes.
No, they're talking about that video package that we got for the Damian Priest from Wish.com guy.
I forgot about that promo tonight.
Yeah.
They're on their way, and they're playing some bones, otherwise known as dominoes in their local area. They're trying to make it look authentic, so we'll see what happens here.
There you go. So, announcement on AEW tomorrow night.
No, is there one?
I don't know. When's the collision?
The announcement is that there is no announcement. Does
collision start Saturday?
Yeah. We'll see, man. I'll be at GCW on Saturday. Come say hi if you're in LA.
Oh, are you going? That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I love GCW. God,
me too.
So fun.
Cool. Follow Alfred at This Is Nasty. Follow you said NYC Demon Diva. I'm at Glenn Rubenstein. My wife's out of town today and tomorrow.
As always.
So it's back to the casino.
Hey.
It'll be good times. Have a good one. Keep it real. Everyone, you got to keep it real. First and foremost, keep it real. And we'll catch you back here next time on the Wrestling Inc. podcast.